Hello everyone, Stephen Lyon here, and welcome to another SafeSend Shorts video. Today what we're going to be talking about is client management. Okay, so client management is a section in the suite where you can go and manage and view client information that's utilized across all the different features, the returns, extensions, signatures, organizers, etc. With this, what you're able to do is create a list of client information that you could potentially pull from instead of manually entering it throughout the system. For example, we all know that when you're sending a return, we need the client email. And if it's the first year that you're sending to any client, you must enter that email address in manually. However, with client management, if you preload the information for that client, such as their name, social, email, when you upload that return, we will actually automatically pull that information from the client management and place it in the return. So you actually don't have to enter in the email manually at all. Now, this is one small benefit to it, and in the future, we're going to have a lot of other benefits to having this client management turned on. And we'll talk about those near the end of the video, but I kind of want to show some of the things in the suite with how it looks. So we're going to try and keep today's video a little bit short, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so when we are in our suite, we can go to our suite settings, and in the general section, we have the client management section. This is where we're going to turn it on. Now we have three options here: add, ignore, and confirm. Over 90% of you folks out there have ignore, meaning that you're basically not using the client management. Okay, we have two other options, add and confirm. We highly recommend using add, but confirm does the same thing, just a little bit more of a manual process. So when we select add, what this will allow us to do is when we're sending any new document return through the system, we are going to automatically add that client's information to client management if they do not exist. The only time that you will get a prompt to actually update something on a client is when you're doing just that, updating. So if you have a client that's in there already and you update their social or you update their email, you will get a prompt that says, hey, do you want to update it or keep the old information? Now, with confirm, this will have you get the prompt that we're talking about every single time someone's going to be added. Now, when we first released this feature back in Q2 of last year, this was something that a lot of you folks didn't want, was a prompt every time you were trying to send something. So we gave you the ability to select add, which does things automatically, and you will only see that prompt if updating. Confirm, again, will prompt you every single time. And this is what that prompt looks like. Whoops, if we go over, we can see that prompt here, and this is adding a new client. You could hit yes, add it, or no, don't add it. But again, using that add function, you will actually only see this pop up if something has changed. The system wants to see if you want to update it or leave it as is. Okay, now when we go actually into the client management, we can go to our account management section here and open up the actual client management dashboard, and then you will see all of the clients that have been added here. Now, I only have a couple for testing purposes, but you can see I have the ERO signer for them, their client ID, their location, their name, SSN, email. I can add clients individually by going and adding them here, or I can actually download a template for individuals and entities and bulk upload them into the system. If you folks already have this client information in, let's say, your tax software, reach out to us. We'll try and help you export that info, and that way you can copy and paste it from that export to our template and then bulk upload those folks right into the SafeSend system. So as far as the functionality, that is really it. What I want to talk about now is like why this is going to be important. Now, as of right now, it's not super critical that you do this. There are benefits to using it, such as pulling those emails out, creating a little bit less manual work. But in the future, we're going to be creating some exciting new things that will be based off of the info that is in client management. Number one, state-only returns. Okay, for state-only returns, there may need to be some manual things that you folks enter it in once we release that feature in the future. I don't have a date for you, but when we do, if you don't have client management enabled and the client's info in there, you may have to add more things manually more frequently than if you were to have this enabled. We want to do a feature in Exchange where you can actually create a drop-off link for a specific client, and that will tie to their client management. In the future, when we do a unified taxpayer experience where we bring into one section everything that you have interacted with on your client throughout the suite, whether it be their return or organizer, things like that, we need to tie that to a client management account. When we release our new gather feature in the suite, the kind of next generation of the organizer / gather process, you are not going to be required to send the original organizer, which means we will not be pulling information off of it on your client. So for there, you can actually pick and choose who from your client management list you actually want to send to, and then it pre-fills in their name, social, email, and everything, so you don't have to manually type it in. Again, about 90% of you folks aren't utilizing the client management feature, meaning in your settings, you have that ignore option selected. We would really like it if you chose the add, or secondly, the confirm, and start building that database so that when these new features are released, you folks don't have to do a lot of work. The system will just start working flawlessly, and we're going to use that client management feature again more and more as we develop other features. Okay, well, that's all I have for client management today. If you have any questions on it, want to confirm anything, please reach out to us through the Help Center on our website. Reach out to your CSMs. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.